because Vegeta starts to respect Bulma immediately. Like he says in Super, Saiyans are attracted to a woman who has a lot of, chutzpah, a lot of spunk, and a lot of feistiness. So here's this woman who's clearly hanging out with Saiyans. She's on Namek. She's dealt with Frieza. She's in One Piece. She's not crying on the ground like, oh my God, I just had to fight Frieza. It was terrible. She's having a good time. She's still showing out this banter that's really flirtatious. And then he finds out on top of all of this, she's smart. And not just kind of smart, but she's rich because she's smart, because of her family smarts. This is someone who was with the Galactic Patrol. So he's seen the best of the best. Frieza's not hiring, just your run-of-the-mill scientists. These are really highly educated, respected scientists who are also really awful people. So on planet Earth, Bulma is the equivalent of who Frieza would get to work on his ship. Bulma is someone who probably the Saiyans would say, yeah, come help us out. Come build things. So Bulma, in a lot of ways, is exactly what Vegeta would respect just on paper. And Bulma looks good. So their dynamic makes a lot more sense than Yamcha and Bulma. If you remember back in early Dragon Ball when Puar did not like Bulma, when he was telling Yamcha, I don't know why you're dating her. She's crazy. She's feisty. But Vegeta can match that. And then if you add into I'm going to think a lot of fan fiction here because a lot of us were fascinated about what happened during, that they got together. Trunks says that they got together out of loneliness, right? So you have Bulma, who's now all her friends are off training for Cell. Yamcha's not around as much. When he was around, he probably wasn't as emotionally involved because he's Yamcha and wants to be flirtatious. And then you have Vegeta, doesn't like anyone here, doesn't really trust anyone here. He's staying in her house. Probably the only person that he does respect is Bulma. They talk a little bit more. They get together a little bit more. Probably Bulma starts to show Vegeta, okay, maybe around this one Earthling, I can kind of let it down until, the hanky-panky happens and here you go, Trunks. But at this point, Vegeta isn't ready to be a family man. He's not ready to be that. He's still held on to like this anger of Goku and wanting to surpass that. So of course he's not going to be all willy-nilly like, yeah, that's right, I'll be a family man now. It's like you said during the 7-year itch where he says, I'm not going to fight anymore. He has no choice but to be around his family. He's not awful. He's not a person who does not experience some sort of familial love because King Vegeta clearly loved his son, in the way that Saiyans love their sons. So he knows, he has good examples of what it means to be a good parent, So I think that time where they could really build together and become this family man so you can get to the point where I think the subtle cue of if you take it to...
Watch the full video by clicking under my handle.